Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Okay, mate, radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:12.2. Hamilton, Russell, Tsunoda, Leclerc and Norris. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Doohan, Antonelli and Hulkenberg. And we've been pushed down to P20. Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:12.2. Hamilton, Russell, Tsunoda, Leclerc and Norris. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Doohan, Antonelli and Hulkenberg.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Welcome along, everyone, to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Canada's a country with a proud F1 heritage and a top-class circuit too. It's time for the Canadian Grand Prix. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, Albon, Stroll, Piastri and Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Nico Hulkenberg and Behrman, Lawson, Bortoletto, Isaac Hadjar and Esteban Ocon. Doohan and Andrea Kimi Antonelli rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'd give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada, what a track this is. And what a challenge for the drivers this weekend. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and a very green surface to start with.
All about the braking, all about firing your car over the curbs, the way you have to dance the car over the curbs, particularly in turn 3 and turn 4, close to the barriers on the right-hand side. Wall of champions as well, waiting for you right at the end of the lap.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. You've got P7, 7th place. Our gap to first place, 5.5 seconds. And gap to the car in front, 1.1 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That's Stroll behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. And that's 20 laps until your pit window's open. pass ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and the time last lap, 1 minute 24.4. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Tyre condition still looking good. Gap to your teammate ahead, 2.1 seconds. Okay, if we continue to use fuel at this rate, we won't have enough to reach the end of the race. You need to start lifting off the throttle earlier in corners. Let the car slow down naturally before you start braking, and that'll help us conserve the fuel you have left. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. P6, you got P6. Okay, gap to leader, 7.4 seconds. Piastri ahead. Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. The car behind is Carlos. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Your pit window is open, pit window currently open. And that's 49 laps to go. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. You only have to stop once now. One stop left. This is our true place here. They've pitted as well, so we've got to warm up our tyres and get the most out of it. Come on. Okay, there are 45 laps of fuel remaining. Carlos is in the pits. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 2.2 seconds. The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Box this lap, please. Box this lap. Okay, let's go now, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. P9, you're running P9, keep going. Okay, so gap to the leader, 37.4 seconds. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 9.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Antonelli's behind you. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, you've got 25 laps to go. Yellow flag. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form. Okay. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. You're sat in P8, well done. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 12.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Our gap to first place, 39.0 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 24 laps to go. Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Okay, clear. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Nice move, good job. Gap to your teammate behind, 2.9 seconds. That's P5, you're in P5. The distance to the leader, 2.7 seconds. Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. And Verstappen's behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Gap to your teammate behind, 11.0 seconds. Lando's ahead of you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. They've done 21 laps on those tyres, and the time last lap, 1 minute 18.2. You're losing around 1.6 seconds. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 3.4 seconds. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They seem to have an issue. Norris behind. They're on old mediums. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Yeah, well done, everyone. Well said, Adam.
We've seen a brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
But George Russell's always great to watch, Crofty, out there. You know, he's super aggressive when he needs to be, a good overtaker. He can put on a defensive drive when he needs to, but a really top performance by him today.
And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.